2.5 million years ago, Earth was wild, raw, and untamed. This was not the world we know today. No cities, no roads, no technology, not even farming. Instead, towering volcanoes lit the skies, mighty rivers cut through vast landscapes, and endless plains were filled with animals unlike anything we see now. But in the middle of this raw and dangerous planet, one fragile species was learning how to survive. Our earliest ancestors. This is their story, a story of survival, adaptation, and the birth of humanity. Imagine a day beginning at dawn. The golden sun slowly rises over the savanna. Herds of ancient antelope stretch across the horizon, while massive elephants, twice the size of modern ones, move silently through the grasslands. Birds circle overhead, and in the distance, the roars of predators echo. For early humans, every morning was the start of another battle. Not just against hunger, but against the entire natural world. Life was brutal. Saber-toothed cats stalked silently in the tall grass, ready to leap at anything that strayed too far. Gigantic hyenas roamed in packs, powerful enough to tear apart even the strongest prey. Crocodiles, as long as buses, lurked in rivers, waiting for the unsuspecting to drink. At night, owls and eagles hunted the young. The early humans were not kings of this world. They were prey as much as they were hunters. Yet, even in this unforgiving land, they discovered ways to survive. They did not have claws, fangs, or thick fur, but they had something far greater: intelligence. The first great step in human history was the creation of tools. By striking stones together, our ancestors discovered sharp edges that could slice through animal hides, scrape meat from bones, and carve wooden spears. These simple stone flakes may seem small, but they changed everything. With tools, humans became more than helpless creatures. They became problem solvers, innovators, and survivors. Picture a group of early humans on the open plains. They track a herd of zebra from a distance, moving quietly, learning the patterns of the animals. The hunt is dangerous. A single mistake could mean death. But with sharp stones tied to wooden sticks, they create primitive spears. Now, for the first time, they can strike from a distance, working together to bring down prey larger than themselves. A successful hunt meant survival for days. A failed one meant hunger and weakness. But hunting alone was never enough. Early humans were gatherers too. They searched forests for edible fruits, nuts, roots, and tubers. They experimented, learning which plants could heal and which ones were poison. Their knowledge grew generation after generation, passed from elders to children. This delicate balance of hunting and gathering became the rhythm of their lives, giving them the energy to endure in a hostile world. Then came the discovery that changed human destiny forever. Fire. Fire was not simply warmth, it was light in the darkness, protection against predators, and a weapon against the wild. Fire cooked food, making it easier to chew and digest, releasing more nutrients. Around fire, humans gathered, shared stories, and strengthened their bonds. It was here, under the flickering glow of flames, that the first sparks of culture began. Knowledge was shared. Language slowly formed, and with fire, humans didn't just survive. They began to thrive. Community was the heart of survival. No one could live alone. Together they hunted, together they defended against predators, and together they raised their young. The tribe was a shield against the dangers of the wild. Children learned by watching adults, copying their movements, imitating their skills. Through this, knowledge was preserved and improved, but danger was always near. Imagine walking to a watering hole, desperate for a drink after a scorching day. The tall grass whispers in the wind. Suddenly, a shadow moves. Out of nowhere, a saber-toothed cat charges. The humans scatter, their only hope to confuse the predator long enough to escape. survival was not guaranteed. It was a constant battle between courage and fear. Slowly, over thousands of years, humans began to adapt. Their brains grew larger, their hands more skilled, their bodies more efficient for long-distance travel. Unlike other predators, humans did not rely on sudden bursts of strength. Instead, they mastered endurance. They could chase prey for hours under the hot sun until the animal collapsed from exhaustion. This unique ability, called persistence hunting, gave them an incredible advantage. Climate change also shaped their journey. Ice ages came and went, forcing humans to move, explore, and adapt to new environments. In the cold, they discovered clothing from animal skins. In dry seasons, they learned to store food and water. With every challenge, they grew stronger, smarter, and more resourceful. But evolution was not just physical, it was social and emotional. Early humans learned cooperation was more powerful than aggression. Working together, they built shelters, guarded the fire, and shared food. Trust and communication became vital. Without them, the tribe would collapse. With them, they could face anything. Their world was full of giants. The earth was home to colossal elephants, massive ground sloths, towering birds taller than men, and fierce predators that no longer exist. For early humans, these animals were both threat and resource. Some provided meat, bones, and hides for tools. Others were enemies to be avoided at all costs. Each encounter was a test of courage and survival. And yet, through endless struggle, they endured. Every discovery they made was a step closer to the humans we are today. Tools became more advanced. Spears turned into axes, cutting tools, and eventually weapons for defense and offense. Fire became central to their lives, symbolizing not just survival, but unity. Community grew into culture. Hunting and gathering became traditions passed on through generations. Over time, they began to leave their footprints across continents. From Africa, the cradle of humanity, groups of early humans migrated into Asia and Europe. With them, they carried fire, tools, and knowledge. They adapted to icy mountains, deep forests, and vast deserts. No environment was too harsh. Their resilience became the foundation of human success. The story of these ancestors is not one of comfort, but of struggle. Their lives were short, filled with danger, but their determination was endless. They faced predators with courage, nature with ingenuity, and the unknown with hope. Every breath they took was a victory against extinction. And today, when we look back 2.5 million years, we see more than just survival. We see the birth of humanity. The courage of those first humans lives within us. Their spirit runs through our veins. Their discoveries built the foundation of our world. From fragile beginnings in a hostile land to shaping the future of an entire planet, this is not just their story. It is our story, the story of survival, of adaptation, of intelligence, and of an unbreakable will. This is the legacy of life 2.5 million years ago. The legacy of how prehistoric humans sustained life and how, through struggle and hope, they became the ancestors of us all.